just man, and no Pharaoh would not hearken to the words of the Most High's plan. Open up your vision, open up the law, and remember just who you are. You're an Israelite, and you'll always be here. Remember the covenant that's passed down from year to year. Oh, oh, oh. Yes, He is our Savior, our hope and guiding light, and He grants us understanding. Yes, He teaches us the light. He will come to our rescue when we give His praises due. So come, let us extol Him. Come on, just be in you. Open up your vision. Open up the law, and remember just who you are. You're an Israelite, and you'll always be here. Remember the covenant that's passed down from year to year. You're an Israelite, and you'll always be here. Remember the covenant that's passed down from year to year. Oh, open up your vision. Open up your vision. Open up your vision. Open up your vision. Open up the Lord, and remember you're an Israelite. Oh, remember the covenant.
All right. All right. We're back. This is the Real Talk for Real People Study Show. My name is Yamsuf Arif. I, along with Nasanya Maisha, is the administrator of the show, and Brother Cartriel, my friend, elder, and fellow elder on the Council of the Nation, is here today to present your studies to you today. And if you're wondering what this study is all about, I think that song should have given you a clue. Okay? It's just that simple. Don't make everything hard. It was a pleasant song, I may add. I started to sing, but Brother Carter would get on me. So I declined from singing that song while it was playing during the preamble of the show. But be that as it may, we're here to bring your studies with you. And before we do that, I'd like to give praise and thanks to the Most High God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and thanking him for every aspect and a component of my life, and for wisdom, understanding, and humility. And for this show, this platform, Brother Katria, the Sonia My Esau, and many more of you students who love the Most High with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength, and your brothers and sisters as yourselves. Because the Most High is instruct you to love yourself. It's kind of hard to love your brothers and sisters if you can't love yourself. I know your enemy has called you bad names, N-word, so on and so forth. But that goes without saying. It should be a shock to you what our enemies call us. The shocking part of that is that you respond to it by virtue of calling yourself N-words and so on and so forth, and make it a term of endearment. My N. I love you, my N. Isn't that a monstrosity? I would say so. The Most High says we're all special. So why would we call a name to each other that our enemies has given us? What a monstrosity. And the reason being, it don't have to be that way. Especially if you elect to do these studies, which we elect to do. Not just once upon a time, but all the time, as we do. And be that as it may, you will understand what I'm talking about in the book of Queen Esther, chapter 3, about our enemies. Just because they've told you to forget about it, they hadn't forgotten about anything. Oh, they're quick to tell us, oh, go and forget about that old stuff. Oh, go and forget about this, that, and the other, while they're calculating and conspiring to do just the opposite to us. You see, that's why these studies are essential for us. It's our roadmap. It keeps us refreshed and informed as to our enemies, and certainly in regard, most importantly, to the Most High, and certainly some perspective on us as a people, because we've forgotten who we are. And so these studies help us to remember who we are and how to comport ourselves within that confinement. Praise the Most High. But first and foremost, before we do that, Brother Cartier will conclude the stories in the book of the prophet Michael, the prophet. And that chapter will be, you see the loving response of this creator? Chapter 6, Yah plead with Israel. You plead with somebody you care about. You plead with your children. You plead with your wife. You plead with your family because you care about them. He cares about us. He's still pleading with us by virtue of these studies. I was just pondering before I introduced Nasanya, the administrator of the show, my Isha, my brother Cartriel, a friend of the show and the Most High. Yeah, I thought it was a parallel different, quite ironic. And we don't put ourselves on the level of Moshe and Aram in the first captivity. In Mitharam. We don't put ourselves on that level. But it struck me as rather funny. The Most High chose 2 old men to go free his nation from the first captivity. And so by virtue of the Real Talk for Real People study show, he's chosen 2 old men, not like old like Aaron and a Mosaic, but old by your definition of age. 2 old men again to bring to you his studies, to get you to understand who he is, and what he's all about. I found it rather ironic. But be that as it may, I want to introduce my Isha Nasanya, who's the administrator of the show. And if she wants to say some few words into introduction, her mic is hot. Nasanya, your mic is hot.
Thank you, Yamsuf. Can you hear me?
Yes, all loud and clear.
All praises, all praises. All praises, shalom, shalom, family. I'm sorry. All praises to the Holy One of Israel. So happy to be back in study. Yamsuf, I think I would call you guys more wiser, the more wiser men. Because if they had some of the younger men doing, if they had some of the younger men up there doing it, I think we probably wouldn't have survived. They would have came down and tore us up coming
Well, the
off that
Most High,
mountain.
Nasanya, you said a mouthful and you're right on point. The Most High certainly know how to pick them. Praise the Most High.
All praises, all
All
praises.
praise. Thank you, Nasanya. Brother Katriel, dear friend and brother, fellow elder on the council, your mic is hot.
Shalom, shalom, family. Bless Yah, oh my soul, and all that's within me. Bless his holy name. Giving all praise, honor, and glory to the Holy One of Yisrael, the Elohim of our fathers, Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yisrael. Thanking him for his loving kindness and his tender mercy towards us. And I'm thanking him, particularly tonight, for allowing me to come back.
Praise Yah. Praise Yah.
The Most High smacked me with a little cold. I thought I was bold enough to go out there without my black seed oil. And yeah, I said, nah, little man.
Now, little man.
So if you hear me coughing now and then, I ain't coughing as much as I did yesterday, but I praise y'all for that because I took that black seed oil.
Exactly.
It works wonders.
Exactly.
It does work wonders. And
Nasanya can tell you, Katriel, I take it regularly.
You don't really have to take it all that much, man.
Mm-hmm.
Just a few tablespoonfuls, and it does the job. As you can hear me. I'm pretty much clear today.
Exactly.
But yesterday there's another story altogether.
Exactly.
And insofar as you're singing, Yamsu,
right?
I've never tried to stop you from singing, brother. I tell you, keep on singing, but just practice.
You wrong for that, Katriel.
I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm right for that. Because we needed a little baritone in that song that we just played, right? Imagine the harmony with the baritone.
Okay. You're right, brother.
Sure enough, man. Y'all wants us to sing praises to him, but you got to practice, man.
You ain't lying, Katriel. You ain't lying. Praise the Most High.
Yes, sir. And you talked about the portion I'm about to read tonight in the book of Micah, like unto Yah. Yah. Right. What was the title? Yah.
It's
what? He does what?
Yah pleased with Israel.
The creator of the heaven and earth is doing what?
Pleading.
Come on, man. Mm-hmm. He's pleading with us. And like you said, it's because he loves us.
Exactly.
And the fact that he's given us choices to make, he's pleading for us to make the right choices.
Praise God.
That's his plea. And we hope that sharing his word, that we will, comply with his word, because his loving kindness and tender mercies towards us exist to this day. That's why we're still here.
Praise the Most High. Hallelujah.
Y'all shouldn't be pleading with us. We should be pleading with him.
Praise y'all, brother. You said a mouthful, and it's correct. All right. Brother Katriel, fellow students, Nasanya, if you're all ready to proceed, Yamsuf Arif is ready to proceed forward. Praise the Most High.
Yes, sir.
Okay. In verse 1 of chapter 3 of Queen Esther, after these events, King Ahasuerus promoted Haman, the son of Hammedatha, the Agagite. And you know what an Agagite is? Basically, an Amalekite, a sworn enemy of the nation. He's been infused But we should have the same infusion that this Agagite, simply Amalekite, has. And he advanced him and placed his seat above, made him simply the prime minister above all the princes who were with him. In verse 2, all the king's servants who were in the king's gate would kneel and prostrate themselves before Haman. For so had the king commanded concerning him. But our Hebrew brother, Mordecai, was a different strain. Mordecai would neither kneel nor prostrate himself. He knew the kind of person Haman was. He was a sworn enemy of the nation. See, a lot of y'all prostrating yourself and kneeling before the Republican Party, Democratic Party. You don't know who them people are. But you're sworn to, but I believe you and believe you me. There are some in those camps that know who you are, even though you don't know who you are yourselves. And they're your sworn enemy. So don't be surprised what they're doing. Don't be flustered or fearful, full of anxiety, because you know why you should be. Because you should be connected with your Elohim, and you should be connected with your people.
You should go out.
Praise
Y'all
the Most High.
Praise
Yes.
Yah. Brought up a valid and critical point, because we've been at war with our brother Esau even before both of them were born, Esau and Jacob.
Exactly.
They were in their mother's womb. So you're talking about our sworn enemies. The Agate comes from Agag, one of the tribes of Esau. And you notice how they always get a position of power to have decisions made over our people.
Exactly.
No matter what empire it is, back then and even now.
My point exactly, my brother. Thank you, dear friend. And the Most High know how to pick them. He certainly does, Brother Katria. As in the case of Moses and Aaron, certainly in the case of Yam Suf Arif and Brother Katria, he certainly know how to pick them. Moses was a stutterer, couldn't speak pronunciation good, but Aaron was of a smooth conversationalist.
And the Israelites didn't like Moses.
No, they didn't like him.
They wanted to kill him 3 times.
I suspect, Brother Cottrell, a lot of them don't like me either. They want to stone me, but they love you. So,
They do? They do?
I suspect they like you a little better than me.
I don't think so.
Well, we're all in this together. Here's what they need to know. We're just like Moses and Aaron was all in it together. Yam Suf Arif and Cottrell is all in it together. Praise the Most High. Thank you, Brother Cottrell. And in verse 3, then the king's servant who were in the king's gate said to Mordecai, why do you disobey the king's order? In verse 4, now it came to pass when they said this to him daily, they badgered him daily, and he did not heed them. He didn't listen to what they were saying. That they told this to Haman. They went and snitched to Haman to see whether Mordecai would stand up. Would he stand by what he said, or will he simply collaborate or fold or get in to fit in? For it told them that he was a Yehudite. And the reason why he's saying that, he's saying this to say, we're sworn enemies, okay? I don't have nothing against him per se, but he has something to get against me. So why should I bow down to this man? Why should I prostrate myself before my sworn enemy? As I alluded to earlier, a lot of you, by virtue of this modern day contemporary captivity, are bowing down before your enemies unbeknownst to you, prostrating yourself before Donald Trump, Republican Party, Democratic Party. Unbeknownst to you, you don't know who those people are. That's what I'm getting at. In verse 5, when Haman saw that Mordecai would neither kneel nor prostrate himself before him, Haman became full of wrath. Oh, this someone so sapsucker. And he know I'm his sworn enemy. He ain't got nothing against me, but I got everything against him. He ought to be kneeling and prostrating himself, because I can make it better on him. I get him a little food stamp. I give him some Medicaid. As long as he prostrate himself before me and kneel before me.
So
Only-
Yamsu,
Yes.
I got a Hebrew word for you.
Yes, my brother.
Haman.
Haman.
You know what it means?
Break it down to us like we're 4 years old, Brother Cottrell.
Magnificent.
Oh, he's something special. Okay. He's magnificent. Okay.
Haman.
Hey, Nasanya, did you get that word? Haman. Hebrew word. Magnificent. He's
Got it.
special. Okay. Thank you, Brother Cottrell. And in verse 7, in the first month, which is the month of Nisan, which is basically our first month of our calendar year, is the year of grain, not of January.
Nisan is not the first month. The first month of our calendar year is Abib.
Okay.
Abib,
Well,
which means spring.
Okay. Well,
In the Jewish calendar, it's Nisan.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right.
I'm not sure, but
well, you know how they get it twisted when they translate our stuff, brother.
Yeah.
It ain't on you. It's on them, the translators. Thank you, Brother Cottrell, for bearing that truth out with us. Praise the Most High. It's good to have a brother to work with just like you, brother. One of kindred spirit. Informing our people, enlightening our people in a thorough investigation of the evidence. Thank you, Brother Cottrell. So, let's go back up. Let's go back up to verse 6. I neglected to read that verse in Queen Esther. It says, but it seemed contemptible to him to lay hands on Mordecai alone. And he felt, Haman, something special, felt it wouldn't look right for me to put my hand on Mordecai alone. Because King Assyria of the Medes and Persia would find that suspicious because he kind of liked the fella. But they had told him Mordecai's nationality. He's a Yehudite. And Haman, something special, sought to destroy all the Yehudites. This was his aim, his goal. Sought to destroy all the Yehudites, not simply Cottrell, not simply Yamsuf Reef, not simply Nasanya, all of us. Like something special. Haman sought to destroy all the Yehudites who were throughout Ahasuerus, King Ahasuerus, entire kingdom, the Medes and the Persian. Mordecai's people, us, all of us. In verse 7, in the first month, which is the month of Nisan, which we made reference to, in the 12th year of King Ahasuerus, one cast a pure, that is, lot before Haman. They cast lots before something special every day. And why were they casting lots before Haman, something special, magnificent, from day to day? They had an agenda. And from month to month, they did this up to the 12th month, which is the month of Adar. They cast lots. When we going to get them N-words? But you know, I find it kind of suspicious, Cottrell and Nasanya and fellow students, that our ancient one marching around Shushan saying, I am a man. They know every man that wasn't going to treat them like one. Wearing placards that said, my life matter. They knew their life mattered, just like in this contemporary. It just don't matter to them. They didn't waste their emphasis on that. Okay? They didn't waste their time with all that nonsense. So be that as it may, they were casting lots for our demise. I suspect they're doing the very same thing now as we speak in this contemporary time. Verse 8, and Haman, the magnificent something special, said yes.
I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Uh-huh.
But you just said something today. You said they doing probably the same thing today, right?
Exactly.
Do you know that the New York or the lottery is based on the same thing, casting
Mhm.
lots.
Casting lots. Mhm.
Call it lottery.
Lottery. That's what it is. The
Okay.
lottery. And that's an agenda for that gambling game. And this agenda, unbeknownst to some of us, I suspect, it is a lottery going on.
It's perverted though, because it's not
It's
as
perverted.
spiritual as when they
Right.
cast lots back then.
Exactly.
Praise Yah.
Praise Yah, Brother Cottrell. And in verse 8, Haman said to King Ahasuerus, is Mede and Persian. He tried to cast suspicion on us. And say, I suspect they're doing today in this contemporary time. There's a certain people scattered and separate among the people throughout the whole provinces of your kingdom. So that they're scattered out, but they're separate among the people. They don't hang out with everybody. They stick and gather themselves together. And their laws differ from those of every people. And they do not see the king's laws. It's of no use for the king to let them, well, they don't respect your laws because they got a law that they subscribe to, the Torah, the Tanakh. And they subscribe to that, the 10 Commandments. So your laws don't matter to them. And they seem to gather themselves together. They seem not to go all willy-nilly all over. Can we just get along? Can we be part of the blending pot? Well, you ain't never blended in. You always on the bottom. The melting pot. Can we just be part of the great kingdom of the Medes and Persians? Can we vote? Can we march in the gay parade? We stayed separate away from that. We stay within the confines and construct of our laws, as we should be doing today. Okay? While in this modern day captivity. So, in verse 9, Haman, the magnificent and something special, he says, if it's pleased the king, let it be written to destroy them. Not Yamsuf only, not Katre only, not Nesanya only, not any one of you brothers and sisters out there, but to destroy them. Inclusion. And I will weigh out 10,000 silver talents into the hands of those who perform. I'm going to pay them to bring it into the king's treasury. I'm going to pay them. I'm going to make sure they get the dirt put on them. I'm going to make sure it happens. And that's what he's saying. I'm going to ensure you that this work is done. He's got a fixation on us. And certainly I suspect some in this contemporary time still have a fixation upon us, unbeknownst to some of us, because we don't know who we are, unfortunately. In verse 10, the king, unbeknownst to the chicanery, what's going on with Haman, he didn't realize his wife was a Yehudite. So unbeknownst to this, the king took his ring off his hand and gave it to Haman, the magnificent, the something special, the son of Hammedatha, the Agagite, the adversary of the Yehudites. A lot of y'all don't know we have known adversaries. You think everybody love you. You think everybody don't love you. As a matter of fact, some of you don't love yourselves. And you don't want to know who you are, what you are, or what you should be doing. Certainly don't want to gather yourself together. That's too much hard work. It's much more easy to kill, mistreat, abuse one another, and write rap songs about each other, belittle your women, and kill your other men. Much more easy than put in that old hard work of trying to love one another, trying to treat your widow women good, trying to treat your orphan good, trying to treat your homeless and needy good, and simply trying to do good. That's too much good. I just want to get mine at the expense of my own. I don't want to know who I am, what I am, and what I should be doing, because I want to be like Haman, magnificent, something special. Let's see how it works out for Haman in the final analysis. Certainly, I suspect for some of us who feel the same word, Haman, the magnificent, felt. It's not going to work out for us because we have a mandate, we have a constitution, we have a covenant, so to speak, a contract. We need to honor that constitution, that covenant, that contract, although it's been broken by us. Here's where the rubber meets the road in that regard, that contract. To sort of mend things in a temporary fashion until the Most High come back, is to do this. He's told you what to do, which is certainly this, and this ain't hard. Turn away from your idolatry, your Allah, your Buddha, your Christar, or whatever you got going on. Turn away from all that. Those are gods of your enemies. Turn back to me. I'm the one who released you from your first captivity in Egypt. I'm going to handle the matter in the Medes and Persian. And certainly he's going to handle the matter in these contemporary times. And cry out to me, not just simply tears, but tears of explanation, tears of understanding, tears of acceptance, tears of confessions. Confess our shortcomings. Confess the shortcomings of our ancients. Perhaps secure their welfare of being restored along with us. Along with that, gather yourselves together. Not some many splendid different groups, different mindsets. Gather yourselves together. Yeah, Yom Suf can stay over there and that side. Cartier can stay over there. Yakanan can stay over there. The Sun can stay over there. But you should have the same framework and the same mindset, same energy, working together, looking out for each other's best interests. Gather yourselves together. That's not hard. Along with that, take care of your widow women. Take care of your orphans. Take care of your homeless and needy. And simply say it, the final night is learn to do what? Get some military might? Nope. Vote? Nope. Join the Republican Party? Nope. Join Black Lives Matter? Nope. Join the Democratic Party? Nope. Learn to do good. Praise the Most High. Praise the Most High. And bless his holy name. So in verse 11, the king said to Haman, the magnificent, the something special, the civet is given to you, and the people to do to them as they please. Do what you want to do to them. Unbeknownst to King Ahasuerus, he didn't know really what was going on. He was in the dark. And the king's scribe was summoned in the first month of the 13th day thereof. And it was written according to everything that Haman had ordered to the king's satraps, and to the governors who were over every province, and to the princes of every people, each province according to its script, and each people according to their tongue, their language. It was written in the name of King Ahasuerus, and it was sealed with the king's ring. In verse 13, and letters shall be sent by the hand of couriers to all the king's provinces. Here's what they intend to do with us. Not some of us, not half of us, not part of us, to destroy all of us, kill, and cause to perish all the Yehudites, both young and old, little children and women, on one day, on the 13th day of the 12th month, which is the month of Adar. And they're supposed to be taken as planned. Then you take all this stuff. The same thing happened in Tulsa, Oklahoma, in this modern day captivity. And Tulsa, Oklahoma, they did that to our brother. They didn't kill them all, but they burned everything. What they didn't burn, they took it. I suspect that mindset had left. The only things in this modern day captivity, as far as our captives are concerned, is the day in technology, the year in technology. But it hadn't much changed. You let the things work out the way they want to work out, there's going to be a whole lot of Tulsa, Oklahomans. So I would strongly advise and influence and motivate you to do exactly what the Most High said. Turn away from your idolatry. Cry out to him. Gather yourselves together. Do good by your widow women, your orphan, your homely and needy, and certainly learn to do good. That's not hard. In verse 14, a copy of the writ was for an edict to be given in every province, published to all the people of all the nations to be ready for that day. I want all y'all to put your hands on them. That's why a whole lot of folks put their hands on us during the time of lynching in this United States of America. And they had a thing they call pick-a-nick. You know what I'm getting at? Pick-a-nick. And some of y'all want to forget about it. They ain't forgot about it. You better stop lying to yourselves and each other. Tell me, I'm a Hebrew Israelite. I'm just going along to get along. I ain't gonna turn to the Most High. I ain't gonna cry. I'm something bad. And I certainly ain't gonna gather with no another Hebrew Israelite. That's too much gathering. But I can gather for everything else. I can gather for going to a party. I can gather for going to a movie. I can gather for going to a club. I can gather to fight on each other. I can gather to kill on each other. I can gather to lie on each other. But when you're super country, I can't gather like that. That's too much hard work. I can't do good by the widow women. I can't do good by the orphan children. I can't do good for the homeless. I can't do good for the needy. And I simply can't learn to do no good. I suspect that's why you're looking like you're looking now. Because you're not following the edicts of the Most High. Sad to say, but it's true. And finally, in the last verse, the chorus went forth in haste by the king's order, and the edict was given in Shushan, the capital of the Medes and Persian. And the king and Haman, something magnificent and something special, sat down to drink. And they sat down like it was all right. The king and the city of Shushan was perturbed. They was like, what? Them Yehudites, they didn't know. They're not no terrorists. Oh, they like to call us terrorists now. And y'all can know some peaceful terrorists. I don't know. I guess when you bring the Most High word, I guess that's terrorism to them, a peaceful terrorist. I think that's a good label. If that's what it is, bring the Most High word, I guess I'm a terrorist. But not of the nature that you want to describe, not a terrorist of violence, but a terrorist of bringing the Most High word. And I don't concede, I don't kneel, and I don't prostrate myself before any entity in that regard. So, but these people were perturbed. They said, hold on, these Jews, they ain't lynching nobody. They ain't raping nobody. They ain't taking children out of the wombs of the people and hitting them against the head and so on and so forth. They're not stealing from nobody. They just stick together and they worship their covenant as far as their Elohim is concerned, and they love on one another and they love their Most High. I don't see no problem. So the capital was perturbed. What's really going on? And then here the king and Mr. Magnificent, something special, sitting there drinking like it's a party. But look here. It may start off with fun. He that laughs first, don't laugh last. Praise the Most High and bless his holy name. Praise the Most High and bless his holy name. That concludes this study of Queen Esther, chapter 3. And I'm going to ask my Isha, the administrator of the show, Tanya, does she have any remarks or comments?
I have one comment when we was reading.
Okay.
And Mr. Magnificent had made the comment that it says the people in all the provinces of your realm whose laws are different from those of any other people.
Right.
And I just made note of that. So they was different from anybody else.
Right. The Most High word and what they subscribed to was quite different for other nations because they had other gods, and their gods told them, I guess, do what it do, baby. Get down with it, get out. Get in to fit in. You know, celebrate all their months and then some and add something to it if you don't know, and so on and so forth. But our ancient Hebrew brothers and sisters, They gathered themselves together, they stuck together, and they worshiped the Most High God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And they didn't do any terroristic acts. I guess they considered them terrorists just for the sake of the Most High. Praise the Most High.
Yeah.
Nasanya, did that answer your question?
Yeah, yeah. And I was just thinking that, when he said those, we're different from any other people, like I'm like thinking like they must had a whole lot of different gods they were serving to be different from all the other people.
You better believe it. And their gods, the other gods in the other nations, those gods fit in with one another. The Most High don't fit in with nothing. The Most High don't have to fit in with nothing. Because the Most High is the most magnificent, real magnificent something. He don't have to go along to get along. He don't fit in. Praise the Most High. And the people that subscribe to him don't go along to get along, and they don't fit in. And that's just the way it is. And if you want to go along and get along, I guess you can pick one of their gods. But you can't pick the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. It don't work like that. And yes, we are peculiar people, something special. We're not the kind, they just like everybody else. No, we're not like everybody else. And we shouldn't be like anyone else other than the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, who we subscribe to, and loving one another and worshiping the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Praise and bless the Most High. Nasanya, did that answer your question?
Yes, it did. All praises.
Thank you. Praise the Most High. Brother Yochanan, any comments and our remarks? Hit your mic, Yochanan. Hit your mic. Unmute. There you go.
I'm here. It's me.
Oh, at least. Hey, sister. May the Most High bless you.
Yes, sir. No comments. We're listening. We got a sick child, so we're just trying to keep you all in our ear, but forgive us because we're trying to see about him.
No, you do. You put it. That's your first job, looking after your babies. Listen to the Most High and look after your babies. You good?
Yeah, we're listening though.
Okay. I don't tell Yochanan he need to get out the way and let you take care of the babies. Okay.
That's what I told him. I was like, let me get. He running there like.
Tell Yochanan he doing too much.
They the only boys in the house, so I know he fits come up with some kind of natural remedy. He don't believe in no medication.
Tell Yochanan, Young Sufa said you doing too much. Get out the way, let Mama take it.
No, because I believe in modern medicine. He don't, so he gonna move me out the way.
Yeah. All right, y'all work together on take care of that boy.
Okay, but we're listening. We're here.
Praise the Most High. Take care of that baby. Take care of that baby. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Praise the Most High. Thank you, Sister Liz. And Brother Yochanan. Brother Cartriel, may the Most High bless you, brother. Your mic is hot.
All praise to the Holy One of Yisrael, Elohim of our fathers, Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yisrael. There's an element in the scripture I'm reading that's not in your book, Yamsu.
Okay. Good. By all means, read it, Brother Cartriel.
In my book, it has a copy of the edict. This is the copy of the edict.
Okay.
Haman wrote up this edict and took the king's signet and put the king's signet on his edict.
Exactly.
The edict says, King Ahasuerus the Great writes the following to the governors of the 127 provinces extending from India to Ethiopia. That's something to think about right there.
Exactly.
Because from India to Ethiopia, I don't see no Europeans. And to the officials, having been established as the ruler of many nations and master of the entire world. This is what King Ahasuerus thought of himself, master of the entire world. It has always been my policy never to be overwhelmed with the arrogance of power, but always to rule with fairness and kindness, so as to ensure for my subjects a life of tranquility in his kingdom, with the assurance of safe passage for everyone within his borders and the restoration of peace, of the peace desired by all. Sounds like the gibberish they talk today, while in the meantime, they're trying to annihilate the whole house of Yehuda. While I sought the counsel of my advisors as to how this goal might be achieved, Haman, whose sound judgment, unfailing devotion, and steadfast loyalty have enabled him to achieve a rank second only to mine in the kingdom, spoke up. He informed us that, mingled among all the races of the world, there is one hostile people whose laws are opposed to those of all other nations, and who continually act in defiance of royal ordinances, so that the unification of the empire that we envision cannot be accomplished. In this realization that this people stand uniquely alone in its continual hostility to all other nations, observes laws that are complete variance with ours, and commits the most grievous crimes, thereby undermining the stability of our government, we hereby decree that all the persons designated to you in the letters written by Haman, who was appointed to safeguard our interests and who is a second father to us, shall with their wives and children be totally destroyed by the swords of their enemies without any sign of mercy or pardon on the 14th day of this 12th month, Adar, of the present year. In this way, when these people whose treacherous opposition to us has been of long duration have descended into the netherworld by a violent death in a single day, some call that a purge, our kingdom will once again enjoy perpetual stability and peace. Praise Yah.
Praise
That
Yah.
is the edict, a copy of the edict that Haman wrote.
Well, Brother Cottrell, I suspect they got some edicts written up for us in this contemporary time. True, but no, I do. I suspect they got edicts written up for us in this contemporary time.
And just like that, that's like back then, with their intentions, with all these nations in alliance with them, and we were alone, dolo, going through our punishment, Yah would not allow them to carry out their intentions.
Exactly. And I suspect the same will happen in this regard to the edicts they got formulated under the back pages of Donald Trump books. Okay.
So we say, no weapon formed against you shall prevail, not by might nor by power, but by that which proceeds out of Yah's mouth. So he tells us not to have any fear.
Exactly. So my brothers and sisters, Brother Cottrell said a mouthful. Stop being full of anxiety. Stop being full of fear. Y'all don't want you full of anxiety, worried about Donald Trump, and fear, worried about universal white race supremacists. Okay? You're worried about the wrong thing. What you need to be worried about is your relationship with the Most High God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and your relationship with one another. That's what you all be worried about. Praise the Most High. Thank you, Brother Cottrell.
All praise. And I just want to throw in there that this is so-called Black History Month.
Right.
This is ancient Hamitic and Shemitic history, our history. King Ahasuerus, it says, he ruled 127 provinces, which extended from what? India. Many people don't even know that India is in the Bible. His province was from India to Ethiopia, which is ancient Kush. These are people of color. They look like me and you.
Exactly. Praise the Most High.
Praise Yah.
Thank you, Brother Cottrell. Thank you, fellow students. Well, fellow students, Brother Cottrell is about to proceed to the last segment of study for tonight in the book of Nakal, chapter 6. Yah pleased with Israel. You know why somebody pleased with someone? Because they loved him. Praise the Most High. Brother Cottrell, you have the mic.
All praise, honor, and glory to the Holy One of Yisrael, the Elohim of our fathers, Avraham, Yitzchak, and Yisrael, for the great prophet, Micah, like unto Yah, Micah. Micah. They say Micah, but it's actually Micah, like unto Yah. And Yah is pleading with us. He doesn't want to destroy us. Yah has given us choices. And the critical choice that he gave us, he said, Israel, I put life and death before you. Choose life that you may live. He didn't make us robots, just like he didn't make any of his creation robotic. People think that animals are programmed or genetically um, designed to do the same thing over and over again. But the animals and all things that Yah created, they hear his voice when he gives them commands. And I'll give you a few examples. When Noah built that ark, Yah called all the animals that he wanted to save to that ark. He gave them the directions and the time and the place to be there. Did the animals show up? Yes, they did. Praise Yah.
Praise Yah.
So in chapter 6 of the book of Micah, and another instance when Moses was calling the locusts and the flies and the gnats and the animals to Egypt to plague them, those animals came. They heard the voice of Yah and obeyed his voice. I'm gonna just say that. And if you know anything about Yah's creation, all of Yah's creation, which they call nature, praises, thanks, and honors Yah. It's only mankind and the nations that are out of tune with the Most High. And Yah is pleading with us to be more in tune like the rest of creation than to try to be in tune with the nations who have no clue as to who the creator is. So Yah is pleading to our nation, and he says, listen to me. Listen to what Yah has to say. And many of our people run from what Yah has to say. They want to hear what Jesus got to say, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Peter, Paul, Mary. No, what has Yah said? The creator, the one who created you. And he's pleading to us, listen, arise and state your case before the mountains and let the hills hear your voice. Because y'all want to hear from us. What's your problem with me? What have I done to y'all that y'all continue to rebel and refuse to listen to me? Hearken, you mountains. Listen to what they got to say, Yah says. He's telling the mountains, listen to what Israel got to say. To Yah's accusations, listen, you foundations that support the earth. For Yah has a case against his people, us. He intends to present it to Israel. And we need to sit down and listen to Yah's case against us. What is Yah's case against us? Oh, my people, what have I done to you? How have I wearied you? He wants an answer. Answer me. I brought you up out of the land of Mizraim. I redeemed you from the place of slavery, and I sent as your leaders Moshe, Aharon, and Miriam. My people, remember the plan. Oh, we all must know and remember Yah's plan. But he's talking about the plan of man, these nations. My people, remember the plan of Balak, the king of Moab, devised, and what Balaam, the son of Peor, answered him. Recall also your journey from Shittim to Gilgal, so that you may know the saving justice of Yah. Because the people of Moab, Balak, Balaam, they try to curse us, but Yah will not allow it. Just like in the time of Esther, he would not allow Haman to wipe out all the tribe of Yehuda. With what will I come before Yah when I bow down before Elohim on high? Will I come before him with burnt offerings, with calves a year old? Will Yah be pleased with 1,000 rams or 10,000 rivers of oil? Should I offer my firstborn son for my transgressions, the fruit of my body for the sins of my soul? And some people offer that to their gods for these things. Yah has told you, oh man, what is good? And here is Yah laying that out again. He's giving us choices. And what does Yah require of you? Only this, to do what is right, to show mercy, and, which Israel finds so hard to do, to walk humbly with your Elohim. I'm going to repeat that again. To walk humbly with your Elohim. Because Yah is ever present. He's everywhere. Omniscient, omnipresent, and omnipotent. We're not waiting for Yah to come. Yah is like the air that we breathe. He's sitting right there. But are we humble before him? Do we walk with him humbly? And that's our greatest challenge as a people, because we have no humility in us. And Yah wants us to walk humbly before him, because he's so much greater than us. He's our creator. All he has to do is blow on us and we wither and we die. So we need to walk humbly in this creation that he allowed us to be a part of, to walk humbly with him. Consider carefully what Yah cries out to the city. For to fear his name is a mark of wisdom. Right? You know Yah's right there. It's like the air that you breathe and everything that you do, he's watching. And you have to walk uprightly with the humble spirit and do the things that are right and pleasing in his eyesight, because everything you do is being recorded. Listen, you tribe of assembled citizens, how can I ignore the false measures and the accursed short bushels? We cheating each other, shorting each other, shortchanging each other, not respecting each other. Can I overlook rigid scales or a bag of fraudulent weights? Why are we treating each other like that? Why are we trying to rob and get over on each other? He says the wealthy men of the city are steeped in violence. Its inhabitants are liars, and their tongues speak deceitfully. Why do people of power in our community do these things? And it's always people who have power and wealth who try to keep the people down. Why do they do that when they get power and wealth? Therefore, I intend to strike you with devastation because of your sins. All these acts that we do, Yah is not pleased with them. From the rich and how they treat the poor. You will eat bread, but not be satisfied. You will eat, but not be satisfied. For your stomach will continue to experience hunger. You will acquire, but be unable to save. And what you do save will be delivered up to the sword. You will sow, but you will not reap. You will press the olives, but you will not anoint yourself with oil. You will tread the grapes, but you will not drink the wine. Sounds like what we're going through now, running this rat race. And when we look up, we ain't got nothing. For you have kept the statues of Omri, worshiping idols, and all the practices of the house of Ahab, and these kings of Israel, King Omri, King Ahab, which shows you the time that the prophet Micah was living in. The prophet was living in the time of the kings of Yehuda and Yisrael, because Omri, king of Israel, and Ahab, king of Yehuda, lived simultaneously. You have adopted all their policies. These kings of Israel and kings of Yehuda were leading the nation astray and straight into idolatry. Just like our leaders today. Our biggest influence of today of our people are these ministers in these mega churches. They got the minds and hearts and the wealth of our people. Just like these ancient kings. You have adopted all their policies. Therefore, I will make your land desolate and your citizens an object of scorn, which we have become and our land has become. For this is on you. You will endure the scorn of other nations. And just like the book of Esther explains to us, the hostility that other nations had towards us, because we were different from all the rest of the nations, now we're enduring their scorn without the protection of Yah, because we didn't follow his ways. So we got to get back to following Yah's ways, because these nations still have scorn for us. Praise Yah.
Praise Yah. And Brother Cartrell, in that regard to what you just studied, the evidence speaks for itself. We can lie to ourselves and on each other, but the evidence doesn't lie. In regards to what the Most High said with this prophet, the evidence doesn't lie. The onus doesn't lie at the feet of Donald Trump or universal white race supremacy. The onus lies at our feet. We're responsible for the acts of universal white race supremacy against us, and of Donald Trump and his like mind against us. But we can solve that problem. It's quite easy. Turn back from your idolatry to the Most High. Cry out to the Most High. Cry out for our ancient ones for the mistakes they made. Cry out for ourselves for the continued mistakes we continue to make. Along with that, learn to gather yourselves together. Along with that, learn to do good by your widow, women, your orphan, your needy and homeless. Simply say it. Learn to do good. Praise Yah and bless his holy name. Lasanya.
And there's one more thing you left out, Yamsu.
Yes, brother.
Stop looking to the other nations for help.
Bingo. Stop looking to the Asian. What brother Collins? Stop looking to the other nations for the hand-me-downs, the cast off. Simply say it. He said a mouthful, and it's true. Praise the Most High. Thank you, Brother Cartridge, for that magnificent study in the Word of Yah.
Praise Yah.
Praise Yah. Nasanya, I love the E-Show. You have any comments and remarks?
No, everything was so self-explanatory. I like it that you guys explain it as we go. Excuse me, you guys do a lot of explaining as we go, because it already answered questions that I have in my head. So, no, I have no comments.
Thank you. We try to break it down so it's understandable. So we try to utilize wisdom and understanding, and so people can gather and garner what the Most High said. And simply say it, the listeners need to get a little bit of wisdom and understanding to get to understand it. But and be that as it may, you have to be due diligent in your studies. All these things come together by virtue of your studies. And then looking at the evidence at play in his contemporary lives and make a comparison to what's happening, what the Most High said was going to happen, and make that comparison right now and put it right against the Most High word. Bingo, that's us. Praise the Most High.
Yamsu, I just got a question.
Yes.
Because I've grown up in this way, and I was taught from Genesis to Malachi.
Right.
I didn't go to church.
Right.
So my question is, coming from our people who are coming out of church,
right,
who've learned the Bible from the church perspective,
right?
How radically different are these studies from what they learned in church?
Exactly. They're not encouraged to do their due diligence in as a matter of fact, they steered away from the word of Yah. They say it's old, it's done away with, it's something new in place. So they're steered away from that by social engineering in our conditioning. And they're told, hey, look over here, don't look over there. Ain't nothing happening, it's over, it's wrap. Because they don't understand the Most High. They don't study the Most High. So they will conclude where he said it's over with. So why study it? Let's study something new. Well, the Most High don't need anything, and he certainly don't need anything new. So it's not hard to understand, Brother Cottrell, why they have been assimilated, and they want to assimilate us, and they've done a good job at it. And we need to do a good job at putting forth the truth by virtue of putting forth the Most High word. A better job, all of us, Brother Cottrell. It's not just incumbent upon Cottrell and Yamsuf Arif and Nasanya, or Yakanan and a Sister Elise. It's incumbent upon every Hebrew Israelite to do something, to say something, and to study the Most High word. Praise the Most High. What say you, Cottrell?
For me, Yamsuf, as we study in these scriptures, even the book of Maccabees that we read recently, because that was a revelation for me, because I never really thoroughly covered the book of Maccabees like we did.
Right.
But those things are suppressed so that we don't tap into the powers that are available to us like our ancient fathers did. When we read the story about the Maccabees, when we read the story about Queen Esther and the situation that the tribe of Yehuda was in back then.
Exactly.
So when they get our people in this religious mode that, you know, the New Testament is the New Testament and the Old Testament is done away with, and we don't need to know all of that, they effectively separated us from our powers.
Exactly. And that's what they want to do. And that's what they've done. So unfortunately, when you run across brothers and sisters that have been assimilated into others' culture by virtue of their religion, they've got a name for us. We're anti-Christ. And we're like the boogeyman. Ooh, Yom Suf is an antichrist. Gabriel is an antichrist. And man,
started in the book of Esther. It's the same thing. These people go against our system, against our empire. Their laws don't match with our laws. We need to wipe them out.
Exactly.
The same feeling.
So I can understand, brother, because they've been socially engineered and conditioned from youth. And so just like you've been educated by the Most High from youth, they've been socially engineered and conditioned from youth. And so I have a bit of compassion for our brothers and sisters who think that is the way. But they don't understand that their religion is by virtue of Roman Catholics. And a derivative of the Roman Catholic religion and a derivative of the Roman Catholic religion, Protestants, was brought about by Martin Luther, a Roman Catholic that said, I don't want to be a Roman Catholic. I want to be a Protestant. So they became Luther's, Martin Luther, Lutherans, and also along with the Baptists, the Episcopalian, and so on and so forth. Those are religions. They are derivative of the mother church, the Roman Catholics, by virtue of the Romans.
And how many children she got? How many children Roman Catholic Church got?
It's got a whole bunch of them. It's got a whole lot of subsidiaries.
Yeah.
A whole lot of them.
From the same book, New Testament.
Book. Yep, the New Testament. So yeah, they've been socially engineered to see you and I as boogeyman and the son is boogie woman. And they're just here to turn us against our religion. And that is your religion if you want it to be. But we're not, we're trying to bring people to the truth of the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Yaakov, the truth of who they are, Hebrew Israelites. I know that they tell some of us, no, it's them Jews over there. No, it's not. Okay? They don't even, you can put them against what the Most High said in his word. It does not describe those people. It describes people of color. It describes us universally scattered. It didn't describe that the British and America will bring them back in 1945. It said the Most High said, I will bring my nation back. So let's get the information right. And you can only get it right if you study the information and make the right application. I strongly implore and urge you to study the word of Yah in its completeness from Genesis on and stop at the new stuff. You don't need anything new but the word of Yah. I strongly plead with you as Yah plead with you. Okay? That's all you need. That's all you ever needed. Praise the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Yaakov. I want to thank Brother Carter. Well, no, I didn't ask. No, Yochanan and Alyssa, Sister Alyssa, they take care of the baby. I'm not going to ask them no questions. Brother Carter, you got any closing remarks in the comments?
I just had this thought in my mind. You said Hebrew Israelites. And when I hear that, to me, that's redundant. That's like saying Asiatic Chinese or Oriental Asiatic Chinese.
Right.
Every Israelite is a Hebrew.
Right.
Every Ishmaelite is a Hebrew.
Right.
Every Edomite is a Hebrew. If you're from Abraham, you're a Hebrew.
Right.
But that's understood.
Right.
If you're Israelite, you're Asiatic.
Right.
That's understood.
Right.
If you're Israelite, you're Oriental. That's understood. If you're Israelite, you're Eastern. That's understood. All you have to do is say Israelite. Hebrew Israelite is redundant.
I concur with you. I simply said Israelite.
That's
or
it.
Hebrew. One and the same.
When you say Hebrew, it covers so many other nations. Ishmael got 12 nations, and they're the sons of Abraham, the first Hebrew.
Right.
So you don't say Hebrew Saudi Arabian, Hebrew Jordanian, Hebrew Iraqian. No, you say
Right.
Iraq. You say
Right.
Saudi Arabian. You say Jordanian.
Right.
Yeah, if you know that they have Hebrew roots, if they're Ishmaelites, you know they're Hebrew.
You know, Cottrell, after pondering upon what you're saying, you're right. Simply said, Israelite.
Right. You don't say
Israelite.
Hebrew Edomite
Mm-mm.
because Esau is our brother. He's Hebrew too.
Truth be told,
You don't say
Point
Hebrew
taken.
Edomite. And you should say, if you're saying Hebrew Israelite, you say Hebrew Edomite,
right?
Hebrew Ishmaelite. They're Hebrews too.
Truth be told, keep
Because
it real, brother
Abraham,
Cottrell.
Abraham is the father of what? Many nations.
Nation.
Many.
Point taken. Point taken.
Yes. So Hebrew
Praise
Israelites, that's what we say because we just waking up. But
Exactly.
we don't say European British or European French or Asiatic Chinese. They Chinese. We did it from Asia.
Point taken, my brother. Point taken. But before you close out, brother Cottrell, but I will ask Nasanya, do she have any closing remarks and shaloms for the people?
Shalom, shalom, and good night, everybody.
Thank you, Nasanya. Good night. Shalom. Brother Cottrell, will you do the deed and close out for us tonight?
All praise to the Holy One of Yisrael, the Elohim of our fathers, Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yisrael, for allowing us the opportunity to share his word with the world. Not just the nation of Israel, but with the world. And may the words of our mouth and meditations of our heart be acceptable before him, our rock, our redeemer, our father, our king. And may he bless us all until tomorrow. Praise Yah.
Praise Yah. Hallelujah. Shalom. And like Brother Cottrell said, this song gonna say it all. I'm gonna share this song. You're gonna love it. It says it all, what he's just making reference to. Praise the Most High.
Shalom, family.
Shalom, sister. Shalom, Yochanan.
Good night.
Good night. Take care of that baby now.
We are.
Tell Yochanan get out. Tell Yochanan get out the way.
It's the mom.
Okay.
Shalom, Yochanan. We love you, brother.
You hear him, babe? Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.
When you wake up in the morning and it's raining in your heart and you feel like you can't make it before you even start, your world is wrapped in darkness and you cannot see the light, and all your situation don't seem to work out right. Open up your vision, open up your vision, open up the law, and remember just who you are. You're an Israelite, and you'll always be here. Remember the covenant that's passed down from year to year. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Pharaoh to save